hand raise feature if you'd like to ask a question, and we will call on you when it is your turn. Do we have any questions for Loud? Press, can you hear us? Oh, here we go. Declan, go ahead.
Yeah, this is for BCK. I was just wondering what's the biggest lesson or takeaway that you have from this event?
Declan?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Declan, I'm not sure if it's on our side or your side, but if you can type out your question, I'll read it out. One second. Loud, what is your biggest takeaway from the event?
Okay, quer que eu fale?
Quer falar, Matt?
I think our biggest takeaway is that we are a really strong region. We have very talented player, right? That we can make it this far with 4 months of preparation. So it's really made us proud to be right here, and we learn all of that, right?
Luke from Deserto? Luke, I think you're still muted.
Yeah, I put it in the chat. I don't know if you can hear me.
1 second, please.
Co się dzieje?
Hey, Luke, I think we're ready for you now, if you can ask your question.
Sure. Hey guys, it's commiserations on the loss. This is for anyone, but what did OpTic do differently to the last game that gave them the edge?
I think they adapted really well in between the matches. They were prepared for our Ascent the way they didn't prepare before. And the other match were just too close, I think. It was more about adaptation. I think they got the upper hand this time, right?
Thank you. Any more questions for Loud? Declan?
Yeah, this is for BZKA. I was just wondering if you think there's an asterisk on this event because of the absence of some of the more prominent EU teams and some of their players as well.
Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, I was just wondering if there's an asterisk or I guess people won't take this event as seriously because of the absence of some of the more prominent EU teams and players.
Que é asterisk?
Asterisco.
Eu acho que é tipo, se é um campeonato exclusivo. Eu vou responder, relaxa. I just think that it was like really sad what happened to the whole Europe region. Like FPX couldn't come here. Fnatic had to play with 2 standings, so it was very unfortunately. But I don't think that any time it takes out the value of this tournament. I think every team that was here, everyone wanted to win. Everyone was very well prepared, and everyone is the best from the regions. It doesn't matter that Europe had some problems to get here, but everyone here is so good, and I'm very, very proud of what we achieved here and about the evolution that our region had at this event.
Gabriel from Globo?
Pessoal, Gabriel do GE. Saci, queria ter um comentário sobre o resultado de hoje, né? O que você acha que aconteceu para ter acontecido essa derrota? E se vocês foram surpreendidos pela ótima atuação da Opt, né? Eles tiveram um step up muito grande, né, em relação ao outro confronto. Queria que você falasse um pouco disso. Obrigado.
Cara, em nenhum momento a gente foi surpreendido pela OpTic, né? Eu acho que o primeiro confronto, por exemplo, a gente sempre respeitou eles a partir dali. Só que daquela vez a gente saiu por cima. E dessa vez, né, no rematch, eles acabaram se adaptando muito melhor, né, para nossa, por exemplo, na Ascent e nos outros dois mapas foi muito close, foi bem apertado o placar. Mas falando da gente, né, como time, nós somos um time que foi formado há pouco tempo, comparado com a OpTic. E, por exemplo, eles já passaram por uma final, que eles acabaram perdendo pra Gambit e tudo mais, com aquela line toda. E a gente tá 3, 4 meses juntos, né? Então, se a gente parar pra pensar, a gente teve 2 mapas ali 12-11 e a gente acabou não conseguindo fechar. Então, realmente, acho que foi um pouco de aprendizado pra gente. Foi um pouco de falta de experiência do nosso time. E eu não saio daqui triste por causa disso, não. Eu acho que faz parte da evolução do nosso time em conjunto. E é isso. Eu acho que a gente tem que respeitar. A gente entrou respeitando eles e vamos sair respeitando também. É um time forte e eles mereceram. Foi mérito deles, sabe? E a gente vai querer voltar pra cá. Independente se for Master ou Champions, a gente vai querer dar o nosso melhor.
In no moment we were surprised by them. We've always respected them, but this time they came up as the winner. This time they adapted better for Ascent and the other 2 maps. The scores were close, and we are a team that have been together for like really small time, 3 to 4 months. We couldn't close the maps, but it was a learning experience. The way that we were inexperienced made part of it, and I don't leave sadly from here. It's a part of evolution and growing together. We came in and we go out respecting them.
Christina Mello from IGC, I believe you have a question.
Boa noite para os meninos. Eu queria perguntar pro Bazooka se a derrota na Ascend, de uma maneira meio que inesperada, já que é o melhor mapa de vocês, acabou gerando um pouco de desânimo e pode ter causado algum piorado o desempenho de vocês nos mapas seguintes.
Não, eu acho que não. Eu acho que o mapa da Asset é um mapa que a gente é muito confortável nos melhores mapas. A gente tava, acho que, 12 vitórias seguidas. E o fato de ter perdido o primeiro mapa não mudou nada a série, porque a gente perdeu outros mapas em outras séries também durante o campeonato. E a gente sempre conseguiu voltar muito bem nos outros mapas em sequência, durante a partida. E eu não acho que isso tenha afetado de forma nenhuma. Eu acho que nosso psicólogo tá aqui com a gente, fez um trabalho muito bom com relação a isso, o Arthur. E deixo até meus parabéns para ele pelo trabalho nesse campeonato inteiro. E eu tenho certeza que a derrota foi pro mérito deles. Então a OpTic realmente mereceu, a OpTic realmente jogou muito bem. E de forma alguma a gente se sentiu afetado. Acho que foram 2 jogos muito apertados, 2 jogos que chegaram no overtime. Teve 2-11, a gente teve a oportunidade de fechar o jogo, mas foi difícil, foi muito detalhe, mas a gente aprendeu bastante.
Ascent is a map that we're really comfortable in. We had around 12 wins in a row. But losing it didn't really change the others. We already lost the first map in a series before, and I don't think that's what affected us. Our psychologist is here, Arthur, and I want to thank him for the great performance he's doing here. Our defeat is OpTic's merit. It wasn't losing the first map.
Sage from Nerd Street Gamers.
Hi guys, I just wanted to piggyback a little on that question. A lot of these games were very close, were towards the end. It could have gone either way. Do you feel nerves played a big part, primarily in those final rounds? And if so, how does this experience playing these tense games help the team grow?
Não sei como responder isso. Marcha, você.
Como é que eu vou responder isso?
Marcha.
Deixa eu falar. I think the inexperience of us as a team, right? Because we only have 4 months of being a team. It really showed at the end. We couldn't close a match. We couldn't close 2 matches, two maps, right? So yeah, I think it did. It was kind of part of it, but not completely, because we got this far, right? So it wasn't really like a problem. So yeah, I think that's the answer.
I think it's just part of the process
Yes.
of our team, so
Exactly.
normal.
Declan?
Hi, this is for Sadhak. Might be a little too early to ask this question, but I was just wondering, since you guys have set up your team well for champions, are you going into stage two with maybe a different mindset of maybe taking your foot off the gas in terms of qualifying, or is it still the same?
So we actually learn a lot here. So we are trying to kind of try to put all that we learn here to Brazil, and things like, for example, the routine or the day by day, right? The preparations. We learn a lot here, and we're gonna try to train that as much as we could possibly can. And yeah, I think we're just gonna be very serious from now on, as we always are.
Thank you. Are there any more questions for Loud? Thank you, Loud Gaming. This will conclude the post Grand Finals press conference. We will return shortly with OpTic Gaming.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Masters Reykjavik Grand Finals press conference. Today we are joined by OpTic Gaming from North America. We will now open the floor to questions from remote media. Please use the Zoom hand raise feature if you would like to ask a question, and we will call on you when it is your turn. We will start with Mike from Upcomer.
Hi, this is really open to anybody on the team, but heading into this match, obviously, since Loud went through the upper bracket, they had the chance to, get the map bans, and banning Fracture and Split, two good maps for you guys recently. It seemed like a tough scenario. How were you guys able to sort of fight through that on maps, especially Breeze, where you've had some issues with it recently?
For at least Breeze, I can say after the Zeta BO5, we just dry run for like 2 hours after the match just to we figured they had to pick Breeze. Like, it makes the most sense. So we just did our best to prepare the T side at least, and then CT side I just kind of did it on the fly before the match, and then that was basically our whole preparation for that game.
We'll go to Declan next.
Hi, this question's for FNS, a little of an existential one. I was just wondering, what does this win kind of mean to you in terms of your legacy and also kind of OpTic in general?
Man, this is definitely the most relevant win I've ever gotten, so it means a lot to me personally. But even for OpTic, I think it's huge considering we literally just merged. We were NV before that, so it just feels good to have this roster get a championship because it felt earned. It felt earned for a while, and it felt like we were grinding enough and practicing enough to where we reached a championship level. So I'm glad that we finally won.
We will go to Cecilia from .esports next.
Hi, congratulations on winning. This question is actually for everyone, if you'd like to answer. So not many people consider you the favorite for these Masters. What does winning mean to each and every one of you?
For me personally, we've been working super hard, like behind the scenes, and just grinding every day, 6 days a week, sometimes like 7, and it just means the world that, we can 3-0 the finals like that, and yeah, just a bunch of emotions for me, honestly.
Yeah, I said it before, but we know what it feels like to lose in the grand finals, so in the 3-0 fashion too. So I feel like that was really, personally for me, that helped me push over the edge today.
It just feels like it feels incredible, the fact that we work so hard and it pays off. There's been times where I've worked hard and that sometimes you just come so short that you just come up just short, like Vic said in the last finals. So to be able to get into another grand final and not mess it up this time around shows a lot of composure on our part, especially because we didn't have the veto advantage. We don't play Breeze. It's not a map that we play. So we had to literally go into a server yesterday for 2 hours to fix it. And it was right after a BO5, so we earned this win.
Yeah, I mean, it feels pretty good.
Yeah, feels amazing. All our hard work pays off, and we finally have the trophy that was long overdue.
I'll just top it off. This feels really deserved for us. We worked super hard, and yeah, just huge pat on the back for all of us. We really deserve this one.
We'll go next to Emery from VLR.
Yeah, this one is for anyone. Throughout this match, both you and Loud typically dominated the one half or the other to a more extreme extent than what you would typically see when a map is attack-sided or defense-sided. What do you think contributed to those, extremes?
Good communication throughout the whole game and making sure we're level-headed while we're playing. And yeah, we basically just made sure we were on top of things at all times.
Sean Collins from the Dallas Morning News.
OpTic has had a pretty significant, few months since merging with NV. So this is really just for any of you guys. How does it feel to add another championship to an already really successful stretch?
I mean, for me personally, it feels good because I used to be an OpTic in Counter-Strike back in the day, and I was unable to get Hexa trophy back then. So now that I finally was able to help do that, it feels really good to bring that to him.
Oh, I'd like to add. OpTic basically got me into esports, like where I got the whole idea of esports, that professional gaming and stuff. Their initial Call of Duty team was what really brought my career and just got me my head start here. So it feels pretty good to return the favor to the same organization that I basically started with. So.
We'll go to Declan from Deserto.
Hi, this question's for Marv. I was just wondering if you thought that this current OpTic squad is the best NA in Valorant has seen off of this finals, and then also your previous appearance at Berlin.
Can you ask that again, sorry?
Yeah, is this OpTic squad the best NA squad that the world's ever seen?
100%. We're definitely the best, and I'm sure a lot of people know it. It's very difficult to beat us, and I think we're more difficult to beat than any other North American team.
Mike from Upcomer.
So throughout the series, in all three maps, you guys had the lead heading into the half, and even though Loud fought back in all three halves, you guys managed to close it off and prevent any potential comebacks, with the last two rounds being a little bit closer because of overtime. What was the sort of, if there was one thing to point to in your way of staying focused in those last two maps specifically, what would it be?
We never felt out of control. I personally, as a caller, never felt like I was powerless in any situation, in any of the leads they might have had, or like any comebacks they might have had. So even then, when they were crawling back on Bind, for example, and they kind of had like a 10-8 lead or something like that, I still felt completely in control. I just kept telling my team, we should be winning these rounds. Every round that we lost, we should be winning, and everyone knew that. So same with Ascent, same with Breeze. It just felt like we were tossing more rounds than they were actually winning. So we just didn't ever feel like we lost control of the win. We felt like we had it in our grasp the whole time.
We'll go back to Sean from the Dallas Morning News.
Yeah, this one's for Finesse. When you guys first started this team, you told me that you felt a little bit slept on as a leader when a bunch of these Valorant teams were forming. How does it feel to be able to deliver a championship now?
I don't care what other people think, but I am happy that I was able to deliver a championship to this organization and to my teammates to help do that, because they mean more to me than the opinions of like other people, right? So for me, it just means a lot to be able to prove that we belong as in the championship category and have championship pedigree, because that's something even we didn't know we had until we won here today. So it feels good. It feels like we actually accomplished something great, and we'll only gain momentum from this. And now that we know we can win a championship, it's only going to help us.
We'll go to Sage from Nerd Street Gamers.
This question's primarily for chat. I just wanted to talk about the final moments of the game on Breeze. It was 13-12 and the team took a timeout. Would you be able to talk about what that brief pause was used for? Was it a way to calm nerves that entered the team being one round away from winning Reykjavik, or was it just used as an opportunity to throw Loud off during a pressure situation?
I would say it's a little bit of both. Like, I try to use timeouts in high pressure situations so the other team overthinks what they need to do next. And also, I like to try to calm a setup that we could run. So in that round, we ran a completely random setup. We open up the door to spot the halves information. So yeah, I just try to make sure we can have a good plan going to the next round that I can get everyone confident in believing in.
Luke from Deserto.
Hey guys, congrats on the win. I have a question for anyone. Firstly, is NA the best region? And secondly, do you think that you've earned the region a third spot at future events?
I hate to say it, but EMA is the better region.
I could maybe add to that, just because in scrims, when we play here, everyone is so talented and good that it honestly improved us a lot, just scrimming here throughout the whole event. And yeah, I gotta hand it, the EU teams are very, very good, where I feel like a little bit of protocols and stuff are missing from NA teams. So as long as there's a lot of footage out there now, so I feel like a lot of teams can catch up in NA now. But for now, yeah, I would give it to Europe. They're still pretty good, but we definitely deserve an extra slot for sure.
Luke from Deserto.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, question for FNS. How heavy is the trophy?
It's pretty fucking heavy, man. It's pretty heavy. It's heavier than I thought it would be for sure.
Emery from VLR.
This one is for everyone. Neither team was able to convert many timeouts into winning the next round. Was there anything in particular you guys did when Loud took a timeout to deny them an opportunity to win that next round?
I wouldn't really say anything. We really said like anything like special. It was just kind of like usually when you take a timeout, you're gonna try something different. So we kind of just we had some predictions or reads on like what they might try to do next, and we just kind of played with that. But nothing in particular really.
Neil from the Score Esports.
Hey guys, first off, I just wanted to say congrats on the win. It was a hell of a tournament. My question is for Chet. You mentioned after you guys won that you want to take full advantage of Fade going forward, and I know it's still early on, but I was just wondering how you think she might shake up the meta.
I unfortunately have no clue what she does, but I'm always down for something crazy. So you'll probably see it from us if I think it's good at least. I have no idea right now.
Sage from Nerd Street Gamers.
This question's for Marv. Just want to ask you, who's better under pressure, OpTic Gaming or Trey Young in playoffs?
OpTic Gaming. For sure. Trey Young's not that clutch. He's clutch, but he's not that clutch. Not as clutch as us.
It's pretty nice the other day, but...
Emery from VLR.
This one's for Victor. After playing so well on Neon the whole tournament, was it a little disappointing that you didn't get to play Neon today?
Yeah, for sure. I remember after the videos came, I was like, Chet, not a single Neon map, Chet? So, yeah, I was a little disappointed, but yeah.
I mean, there was one.
There was a raise in there, actually.
Wasn't Haven in it?
Yeah, Haven was last.
Yeah.
Haven was last. They just didn't get there.
Emery, do you have one more question?
Oh, yes, sorry. No.
Any more questions for OpTic Gaming? OpTic, congratulations on your victory. This will conclude
Thank you.
the press conference.